What's going on, YouTube friends? Wanted to give a special shout out to all 16 of my subscribers. I am a relatively new channel. I'm trying to figure out what content people want to see, and so just wanted to say thank you for your support, and hopefully you've clicked the little notification button so that you get dinged whenever I load new content. Because, like I said, trying to figure out what content is super helpful, and one of the things I like to share is whenever I get something in, what all it comes with, so that you know if and when you want to buy one of these, what to expect. And I'm planning on doing a series of videos in 2026 as a tribute to American-made firearms. And so one of those being Ruger. Sturm Ruger is an American-made company, been around for a long time, and have a storied past, if you will, and really excited that they decided to partner with Magpul for a few different things. Obviously, they have their American Hunter Series rifles that come stock with, the Magpul stock, which is kind of cool. And then the RXM, which is, I think, relatively new. It's only been out for, like less than a year, I think. Was super cool whenever I found out about it. One, the affordability of it. It's an entry-level striker-fired polymer pistol that is very similar to like a Glock, or it actually is compatible with all of the third-generation Glock 19 accessories and some of their parts as well, from what I understand. But I also love the, let's say, modularity of it, similar to the SIG P320 or P365 series. And then it has a removable fire control insert that's stainless steel and serialized, that you can then move around to different grip modules that I've seen they actually have the full size available now, and it looks like they're coming out with the subcompact version very soon. And it uses all of the Magpul GL series magazines. So without further ado, I'll get you into the box here, kind of show you what we're dealing with, and then talk a little bit more about it. So once again, Ruger, Magpul kind of partnered together on this bad boy. It's the RXM, and I chose the version that comes with a threaded barrel. I want to say it retails for MSRPs like $580, somewhere around there. So definitely, not putting too big of a dent in the bank account, which is pretty cool. Reason I went threaded is obviously I have a 9 suppressor that I like to be able to shoot, and I was probably going to end up getting a threaded barrel anyway. This one is considered the compact model, but the barrel is 4.5 inches, whereas if you just get the regular one, you're looking at a 4-inch barrel. So let's take a look inside the box. All right. Pop this open. One of the first things that's staring me in the face as I open this is Ruger RXM 18-pound guide rod assembly. Super cool that they included this in the packaging. Obviously the threaded barrel version. So whenever I take this to the range, I'm actually going to try with both guide rods whenever I'm shooting it suppressed, and see if there is any functionality issues with the stock guide rod. But really helpful that they include this with the original packaging. I know that some other manufacturers are starting to do that. Like I've done a video on the Canik TTI Combat that comes with an additional guide rod. So nice to know that Ruger is being really thoughtful and giving you stuff that you're probably going to need to buy and upgrade at some point anyway. So really nice to see that first thing. Let's get this out of the bag here. This is the Stealth Gray enhanced grip module. Pop that out. And so you'll see the nice white RXM rubber band. It's got the QR code on it that'll take you directly to Ruger's site to check out, obviously disassembly and those things, as well as all the additional accessories that are available for this. I mentioned that it has the same modularity as, maybe some of the SIGs do, and that you can change out the grip modules because you can pop the fire control group out, which has some little takedown pins here that you'll pop out. But we'll do that some other time. So let me go ahead and drop the magazine here. Make sure it's clear. So this is obviously the PMag 15, so 15 rounders. There's actually 2 of them in the box, which is really cool. And whenever you end up going with like the full size grip module, you'll end up getting the 17 rounders, also available through Magpul. want to say the retail for $14.95 or something like that. So really, really affordable, which is really nice. And then something that I haven't seen available yet. So obviously full size is available for purchase. I want to say the full size grip module runs $40. So for, you know, under $60, you can get 2 additional 17 round mags and a full size grip module, which is phenomenal value, I think. But one thing I haven't seen available yet is the subcompact EHG, as they call it. So whenever that comes out, it'll be interesting to see. Because one thing I can tell you is that I love that it's considered a compact version. Here, let's go ahead and drop this clear chamber indicator out. One of the things that I love is that it's considered a compact pistol, 4.5-inch barrel because it's threaded. But I can get my whole hand on it. Normally I can't get my pinky on the frame here. And one of the other things that I noticed is that it has a little flared out built-in mag well here, which will be super helpful for speed reloading and what have you. They call this a 3/4 inch TSP or TPS, I can't remember, but it's supposed to be aggressive enough to where it gives you, you know, a great fit and feel, but not so aggressive that if you're carrying concealed, it's tearing up your clothes or printing or whatnot. So really nice. I really like Magpul stuff, and this is, you know, something that's really comfortable and feels really good in my hand in terms of point of aim. So really excited to get this to the range and put, you know, probably 500 rounds or so through it. I'll shoot it suppressed, as well as just regular, and kind of see how it runs. But one of the things that I've read is that the trigger that this comes with is supposed to be really crisp right out of the box. So obviously there's a break-in period and whatnot, but supposed to be a lot better than, you know, maybe some of the, you know, stock Glock triggers out there. You'll notice it has similar takedown pins to the Glock, and also a very similar rail. So whenever you're getting lights and that sort of stuff for the 4 rail here, obviously make sure that it comes with the adapter to where you can run similar to 3rd generation Glock. Let's see here. Looking at the top of the slide, you can see that it is optic cut, and it actually comes with suppressor height sights with the night sight in the front, full blacked out rear sight. I'm assuming you can change out these back plates and whatnot, because it looks very similar to, you know, SIG or Glock or what have you. So I'm sure that that's something you can customize. And then one of the things that I liked about this, we've already talked about the grip modules, is that you can drop the fire control group out because it is serialized, full stainless. So let's see if we can show you that real quick. Let's go. So yeah, there you go. You can actually just pull this out. Looks like they give you a good amount of grease in there, which is nice too. I feel like a lot of these firearms don't come with, you know, pre-lubed, if you will. But you can pull those pins out, pop that out, and drop it in your new grip, which is really nice, I think. Almost like having 2 or 3 different pistols. So let's go ahead and get that put back together. Very cool. You'll notice that the trigger guard is undercut a bit to where you can get your hand in there. And like I said earlier, the point of aim seems really natural. So I'm excited to get this to the range and put some rounds through it. Kind of interesting that this beveled cut right here is not something I've seen before, but it does, you know, add a little bit extra grip to the front serrated slide. Not that I ever really used the front per se, but Ruger RXM, this is the threaded barrel version with the 4.5-inch barrel in stealth gray with the Magpul collaboration. Big fan so far. Like I said, I haven't shot it yet, but excited to do that and see how it runs. A few other things in the box here before we you know, conclude is comes with a little Torx wrench, some locator pins. I'm not sure what those are for, so I'll have to read the instructions and figure that out. And then obviously your cable lock additional mag that we talked about, and the 18-pound guide rod assembly, which once again, super thoughtful because that's something I was probably going to end up getting anyway. And then last but not least, up above the, you know, padding here is your instruction manual, as well as you got some specific one for the threaded barrel version. got some neat stickers for Magpul and Ruger, and then some additional information on accessories and that sort of stuff, warranty card, all the normal things that I think come with new guns, if you will. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was informative, got what you wanted out of the video. And if there's stuff that you're looking to see in my content, if you would drop me a comment and let me know so that I can figure out how to better serve you guys in the future. Like I always forget to give you a really up close look of everything, so I'm going to do that now. Something that I didn't point out that I would love to is another difference on this over some of the Glocks that I have is the frame. You notice here the spot where you normally keep your index finger and offhand thumb actually sticks out a little bit further to where it almost has a little built-in gas pedal there, and I really appreciate that. Like that a lot. So that's going to make that a lot easier to hold on to, and with follow through and whatnot. Here's this side here. Give you a better look at the sight window. Top of the slide. Little bum that it has a little bit of a spot where the finish is already rubbed off the barrel there, but that's going to get chewed up anyway, so I'm not sweating it too much. But just a little fit and finish kind of blemish. And then also noticed one back here on the slide. Not the end of the world, but not happy to see that just straight out of the box. It is compatible with all Gen 3 Glock 19 holsters and additional accessories, and including some of the parts as well from what I've read. So it'd be interesting to check that out at some point. But with them giving you the guide rod in the box, that would be the only thing I'd buy up front. So I think it's a great pistol. Retails, the threaded version retails for, I want to say $580 MSRP wise. And then the grip modules, $40, additional mags, $15. So all in on, having a full-size version or a subcompact version, I think you're under, $70-80, which super cool because I've done some upgrades to some of my SIGs, and depending on the manufacturer you go through, end up spending quite a bit of money on the additional grip modules. So happy to see that Ruger's keeping it affordable through their partnership with Magpul. So big fan of this pistol. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Happy to help.